classic Philly cheesesteak with a cowboy twist. Decided to get into this and check out a Philly cheesesteak. Before we do, appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. Let's see what we got.
Philadelphia. When I say that, what comes to mind? Well, there's really three things. The Liberty Bell, Rocky Balboa,
okay,
and what? Philly cheesesteak sandwiches.
Wait, do you know what I have downstairs? And you guys must have it in America, right? Do you guys have the Philadelphia cheese spread? So it's like the white cream cheese that you put on like bagels and stuff. Because I've got it downstairs, man. I had it on bagels last night. Oh, it's so good. So good. I was wondering if, surely you got it right, because it's called Philadelphia. So surely it's from Philadelphia, right? Or not?
Bertha is fired up over there, the original flat-top Cowboy griddle, and we are throwing
Hell
us on
yeah.
some ribeyes to make you the tenderest, tastiest sandwich in the world.
Okay.
Topping it off with what? A homemade cheese sauce with some green chilies in it.
Ooh, oh, this is gonna be unreal. Look at that. Look at that. It's all dirty to me. That's what it's doing right now with the jalapenos in this. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, so cheesesteak traditionally has...
I need to answer a question because you guys have been coming to the streams and asking me this live, and I've been telling you, but I need to tell everyone on YouTube. By the way, if you're not in the Twitch streams, twitch.tv/L3WG. We do live reactions over there. But yo, someone came in and it was like, bro, Lewis, why don't you just eat before watching food videos? Because it makes you hungry all the time. See, I've got this weird issue, right? I have eaten before this video, yeah? But even though I've eaten, the second I see good food, which is American food, right? I immediately get hungry again and I want to eat again. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, man.
It's kind of either the
when I see food, I want it.
Or the provolone method, right? And you're going to be doing both?
Yes, but we're not going to use the stuff out of the...
I want you to like... So, there's the Cheese Whiz.
Okay.
So I want you to, have you ever had Cheese Whiz?
No. I mean, is this stuff they put on them nachos at the ball game?
Is it good?
The stuff out of the can that's got the spray nozzle, you know?
Yeah.
That's sort of what it tastes like right there. But we're going to go ahead and make our own today.
All right, okay, making his own.
We are going to add like a little over a teaspoon of cornstarch right here.
Okay, cornstarch. I don't know if we have that.
A little teaspoon of garlic or so.
Garlic?
Right here.
What's it doing?
A little bit of ground mustard because I think it needs to give it that flavor that has a little kick to it right there at the end.
You just put season on a plate?
Let me look right in here. And we'll see if we got some kind of seasoning that we can put in there. Instead of salt, I think we'll use our little dab of original, but not much, because when we're using a cheddar in this, to me there is automatically a little salty taste to it. Go ahead and mix that up pretty good and just set it.
Interesting mixing method.
It is. I like it. Now,
why are we seasoning the plate? What's going on?
Get you a sauce pot of some.
Now, I know Americans season absolutely everything, but what is going on?
Some kind, something another. Look what them little cows is doing now. They're putting milk in little bottles. I really like that.
Wait, what?
When we're talking about cheesesteak, you really want it to be cheesy, right, Shane?
Right.
I mean, it's got to be cheesy. And what would be more cheesy than some what? Cream cheese. So we're going to use about 4 ounces here. So we're going to dump it.
Yo, I've never, ever seen somebody just slice the cheese packet with the wrapper still on. Is that a thing? I have never seen that before.
So we're going to dump this in there.
Okay, so he's putting it into the pan. Right.
Get your whisk. And I like to use these that are mesquite. I do. Give it a good stir. We have to get this simmering over here in old Bertha, so I'll meet y'all over there to the stove.
Wait, milk for a cheesesteak? Is he making seasoned cheese? Is he adding... I'm so confused. Bro, listen. I'm not a chef, man. I don't know how to cook. Bro, I'm trying to fathom, like, what's going on.
This has just begun to warm up good. I got 4 ounces of cream cheese, and
he's seasoning
I like
the
to just
cheese.
Go ahead and sort of cube it up to put it in there. I think it incorporates and melts a little faster.
What?
So any way you can get it in there, and I sort of let mine come to room temp before we started. Get rid of that.
No wonder you Americans are eating
Y'all ever
good
been cooking
food.
and you're in the house and you open the oven door and you think, I don't know where to put this paper towel. Well, just chunk her right in there. That's what I do. Bertha is an incinerator. And stir this because we don't want that milk to burn, but also we got to get all this stuff melted in there and get it good and creamy, smooth, and then we'll go on with the goodness.
Yo, I bet this is
Well,
some real cheese.
let this simmer around there to where, I mean, it is smooth, silky smooth. At that time, you just need to pull it off your fire over here. Let's get that cheddar cheese in there.
Okay.
And you're just gonna stir it here till we get.
Wait. That block of cheese was cheese, right? That wasn't butter, because like we have butter in those kind of packets as well. That was cheese. So we got a cheese block with milk and seasoning, and then more cheese.
All that cheddar good and
Very
smooth.
cheesy.
When you're doing this, and you get it to this point right here, which I think is, we are oh so close. We are.
Okay.
You need to just keep this sort of on a warm side of something, not over a burner, anything like that. And if you think it thickens up just any at all, add you just a little more splash of milk or cream back in there and stir it back up. But folks, if you'll wait on me just a minute, I'm gonna go over and get the Cheese Whiz and we're gonna look at this and you tell me which one you'd rather have.
I think I already know.
Now, remember, Shan brought this out there, okay?
Cheese Whiz.
Sure, we would heat it up. So Shan is the taste tester today. So here's your Cheese Whiz, sugar.
Oh, thanks.
Uh-huh. Try that.
I don't know what Cheese Whiz tastes like.
Now, I want you to try this.
Yeah, Rollins Whiz.
Oh my gosh.
Smooth and creamy.
Oh my gosh. There's like no.
There's no comparison.
Yo, did you see the smile on his face? That's so cute, bro. Like the second she was like, "Oh my god," he immediately smiled, and he just knows this better. He knows.
No.
There's no comparison.
Well, so the cheese was just kind of tastes really artificial.
You know what? I bet. See, I don't know this feeling, right? I'm gonna be honest, but I bet there's no better feeling than when you created some sort of good food and you get like an amazing reaction for it. This is why I keep saying to you guys, hey, when I come to America, I'm gonna need some of you guys to cook for me, because I'll give you an amazing reaction, man. Just imagine a Brit never having the, American food, right? You're gonna get the best reaction.
But the like garlic.
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
But
Oh man.
what would it be, a Kent Rollins episode, if we didn't cowboy it up, right? So, to this cheese sauce and the fresh chili company here, we are going to have some green chili in there. And if y'all want something that's going to give you that great...
See, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I can outspice Americans or whatever, but I like the spice level up to jalapenos and chilies. Well, I know that chilies is like a broad spread, but like just like the standard ones, you know what I'm saying? Put that in everything, give it a nice little bit of a kick. Beautiful.
Great authentic taste. Check out the fresh chili company there. I mean, ooh. But there is no comparison on this, and you can see.
Right.
I love a cheese and green chili.
Uh-huh.
Like our mac and cheese.
Yes, so we're just going to set this right over here.
Chili and mac
We
and
got to get over
cheese,
here
I'd
to the
probably
flat
like
top
that.
grill we call Bertha and get us some onions caramelizing.
We're caramelizing the onions as well. See, this is why American food tastes better than the UK, and nobody ever talks highly of UK food, right? Because when we have our meals, okay, we would I'm just going to use this as an example, right? So let's say we got our chicken. You're going to put our chicken in the oven, right? You got the veg. You're going to put the veg in the oven, right? And then when you get them out, you might put salt on it and pepper or whatever and sauce or whatever, right? Whereas you guys would literally put season on the veg, maybe on the sauce of where the veg is going, maybe in the pan, maybe on the plate before, and then you roll the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys do so many more steps to make it taste way better. I don't know why we don't do that. Some of you British people might, but a lot of Brits just stick to bland food and keep it plain.
You go
some
into one of
peppers
them
and
Philly
onions.
cheesesteak places, and they got one of them big old flat tops out there. Got all that meat and them onions and everything just going in. When you walk in the door, it's like, oh my gosh. When you walk out here, what you got? Bertha!
Hell yeah. I'm a hot woman. Big Bertha.
Yes, Bertha is the original flat top grill. She is. And we're going to get them onions and everything to go in right here. But first, folks, we need to have a dab of oil on there because it's going to help.
Could you also do this in like a cast
You could
iron?
do this in a cast iron skillet. And you can tell that things might not be really level here. So, ooh, I love that sound, I do. Let's go ahead.
See, how would we do this at home then? We don't have Big Bertha. You know what I'm saying? So, I shouldn't put oil on my electric hob, okay? Nah, probably shouldn't do that. In the pan, right?
Now, I've seen it done a lot of ways. To me, I don't know if it was traditional that they added the green bell pepper, but I like it in there for a little color, but also a little taste too.
Yeah.
So let's get that in there. I have 1 yellow onion and I have 1 large green bell pepper. You need some really good utensils for this. Y'all been to like them places, you know, and then flip all the food up in there?
Nice.
We don't do that here, I'm just telling you. But we just want them onions to get good and brown and a little bit caramelized. And don't you like that flat top? I sure do. My gosh, Bertha, you're doing a good job. But I don't know if them folks up there in Philly are getting their legs burnt at the same time. If this was really, really hot, we'd burn them onions when we started out.
Right.
I like to cook this slow. Bertha ain't got a whole lot of heat in there. Especially when we go to cooking that meat in a minute, we want that to be a pretty slow process. But we're gonna cook these down to where they just get good and tender and got a little brown color to them.
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. I don't even know if we've already seasoned the veg. But your seasoning the veg is crazy, bro. Not many people in the UK, like, we don't really know seasoning the veg. We just have salt and pepper in that. See, you guys have helped me and my house out because Izzy has a big, like, now season cupboard. Because you guys were sending seasonings, recommending seasonings. So my food has got way better. Eating wise, I can't cook it, but you know what I'm saying. I eat it, and it does taste really good. I don't know what she's doing, but she's putting stuff in, right? It's a lot different to like the typical, like for example, my mum does make amazing foods, but when I was a kid growing up, we had a lot of like just pizza, fish fingers, and the only kind of seasoning really was Heinz tomato ketchup sauce, right? So yeah. That's the difference between Americans and Brits, man.
Well, I think right here at the end, we're just going to give them a little drink of avocado oil. We are. We're just nearly there. We have got most everything browned up we have. Get them down here to the coolest part of the stove that we got.
Mate, we ain't even got... Bro, how is this looking so good? To be fair, I am an onion and pepper guy. I love it on everything, so I'm not surprised. But we haven't even seen the proper Philly cheesesteak yet. I can't wait.
2 big old ribeyes. Now, I'm really got 2 different ones out here. And I mean, not different cuts of meat, just 2 ribeyes. This come off a tomahawk, and this is just about a 14-ounce ribeye.
Okay.
Now, traditionally, them folks that's doing it right up there, and they got all this nice equipment, they got these big old loins that's just laying out there, that ribeye loin just laying out there, and that thing just comes through there and slices, and it is so thin, it is. But folks, you need to freeze these about 45 minutes before you ever
Does he mean that's thin? That is chunky, mate.
Start. So we're gonna try to just cut this down through here.
Okay.
So the freezing helps it cut?
Oh yeah, you can see what we end up with that way.
Interesting.
So wow.
Just keep slicing down through here. And maybe them was in the freezer 2 minutes too long. Try to keep them as thin as possible. Let me get back to this one now and I'll show you, because a lot of people are...
Hey, is there a machine for this? Because I feel like I'll chop my fingers off.
I'm gonna cut this one here and just keep cutting here. Now, sure, you're cutting against the grain of the meat. This one we cut here to have big, thin pieces of meat, okay?
Right.
This one, when you slice this off this way against the grain, sure, it's going to be tender, but look at that, it's going to fall apart oh so easy. A lot of people say you got to see them big old strips of meat in a Philly cheesesteak. And I think there's going to be plenty for the spectators here that are gathered around camp.
Aww.
So don't lose patience, Big, if it's not coming your way too fast.
I love the dogs. Aww.
low heat, not high. We don't want to just think, hey, I'm gonna throw these on there, but you cook all the moisture out of them that way. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to laying these out there. Wonderful sound that is, Beagle. Hear that?
Dogs are ready.
It don't take this stuff long. There is a great smell coming off here. Oh my goodness.
Yo, he's cut that so fine. It actually looks a little bit like bacon on there. Like these parts right here.
Season this little thin meat at the last. Because when you're putting salt or something on there now, what are you doing? Just drying the meat out.
Okay.
So you can see that don't take long.
Can you chop mine?
Huh?
Can you chop mine?
Yes.
I'd like it chopped.
When this one gets done, we will chop it. But these strips are gonna cook the fastest first. So we're gonna lay them out here, scatter them out just a little. In fact, that's the hottest.
Bro, it's actually so satisfying. I don't. When he's doing this on Big Bertha, right? It's so satisfying, like just seeing him use his weapons, his kitchen weapons, and just like shaking it all about.
Side of the fire, so we're gonna get them over there for just a minute. Put
How much
Shan's
would
bats
one of
right
these
here
be?
in the middle. It'll chop it.
I'm not asking for me. I won't be able to fit anywhere. But like, how much would? Let's say you wanted to go out and get one of these. How much would they cost? Are they a lot?
It's tender. And comment down there below, which do you prefer on yours? I'd rather have mine just like that. See that good color that we got right there?
Yeah.
Now is time to season that little batch of meat right over there.
See, I like the look of this one more. But I agree with her as well. Like, well, I've never had a chili cheesesteak. I've never had a Philly cheesesteak yet. That's why they start saying cooking it. I've never had a Philly cheesesteak, but like, I feel like I'd want it chopped up. But I'm used to UK meat. So the more chopped up the meat is in the UK, the better, because it's quite chewy and like tough. Whereas like American meat kind of just falls apart. So I'm used to UK meat, so I would rather it chopped up. I haven't really had American meat before. So I don't know. But right now, as it stands, chopped up.
So we're gonna take that.
Now we're seasoning.
Mine is done. It is. Oh my goodness. You can see most of the red color is cooked out of this.
Right.
So let's go ahead and season this one. And if I got long enough arms, we're gonna reach right over here. Pardon me, I'm gonna walk right around there just a second.
Yeah, I don't
Slide
think
this
he's
one
gonna
back
reach to be
over here.
stretched.
We're gonna give half of that to me.
Oh yeah.
And the rest of it to Shan.
Yeah.
So when you get it to this point, you need to get you some.
Bro, honestly, onions and peppers, especially these ones, they're looking like makeup right now for the meat. They really are. Like the meat was looking good, but then pow, you got the onions and the peppers on there. Makeup, even more beautiful, man.
Get it to this point, you need to get you some good hoagie rolls or French bread. I've seen them use both. This Okie is headed to Philly because we're having cheesesteak.
Oh yeah, that does look good. That does look good. We've not even added on the seasoned cheese yet. What is that? Are they more cheese slices? Oh yeah, because that's gonna melt all in it, innit? Dog is like, are we ready yet? Food done?
Look at all
Ah,
that
it's
cheesy
looking
goodness
good.
as you stir that thing around. Then I want you to pile it back up. Get you one of them buns and spread that cheese sauce down both sides. Don't be scrimping. Lay it up on there. Give it a little mash. Let it set for just a minute or two.
Oh, wait, is
Get
he gonna
them
flip
flavors,
it?
and then take that spatula and make sure it's big enough. Tilt it over and load
Oh
the
my
boat.
God.
Scrape them
Oh
crumbs
my
back up
God.
there. Get it on top, and that's what we call a full meal deal.
Oh my god. Ah, that is insane. That is insane. You can't close that and eat it closed, can you? Like, do you just bite into it when it's open? Because that's very chunky, but I suppose I don't really care about the mess. I'll get dirty with this. Oh, that just looks so good. Yo!
I cannot wait to get.
Bro, that actually looks like the best Philly cheesesteak I've seen. That looks unbelievable. Oh man. I feel like eating one of these, right? It's like you would eat it the way where you take a bite and then you just close your eyes. You just close your eyes, just in heaven.
I cannot wait to get a bite of this.
Oh, he is closing it.
That is what I call fine dining. Ooh, that steak is cooked just right. Them green chilies mixed in, that cheese sauce layered all up in there. I'm gonna have a bite of the other one just to make sure. Best Philly cheesesteak I've ever eaten in my life.
Wait, I thought one was for his daughter. I thought one was for his daughter. He's just bit both. He's having both. He's like, oh no, forget it. I made it. I'm having them. Oh, okay, I was just thinking what's going on. Tornado. Happy dance. Good food dance. I can't wait to go to America and try a Philly cheesesteak, man. It's one of those things that I definitely will try. They look really good. Things we don't get in the UK. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Yeah, let me know if you guys ever made like a homemade Philly cheesesteak before, or if you recommend some really good places around America that does them, let me know. And if I ever pass it on my trips, I'll go get one. Also, if you guys want to send me any foods that you guys do make, I would like to make a video of that. Best thing to probably do is join my Twitch streams, twitch.tv/L3WG, and then I can send you to my Discord where you can like send photos and stuff. So make sure you do that because I love to get everyone's food photos, and then I can do like a reacted to my American viewers' foods. But that'd be a great video if you guys want to join in for that. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.